to move the program forward. We have another powerful black woman representing groups that applied and were rejected. People need to know that there was never a perfect score ever before in American history for cannabis applicants. Nowhere in the country, only in Illinois. And if that don't stink to hell, nothing ever will. Never been a perfect score, but now you get these perfect 21 and use them to block out 1,000 other applicants. I would like to bring up Natascha Neptune from the Social Equity Empowerment Network, a trade organization SIN, representing numerous applicants.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Natascha Neptune, president of the Social Equity Empowerment Network, better known as SIN. As the premier trade association for social equity applicants, it is imperative that we stand in solidarity with all constituents, applicants, and activists robbed by this state of affairs. It is no secret that our communities have been disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs. We have had over 80 years of cannabis prohibition enforcement launched with the supposed intent to help. However, the evidence shows that it has done more harm than good.
Right.
Leaving black communities dilapidated and defeated. Both our state and country have acknowledged this by passing laws to legalize and decriminalize. So, what we saw earlier this month, the U.S. House of Representatives passed 2 bills aimed at reforming marijuana laws. The Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act, better known as the MORE Act, and the Medical Marijuana Research Act. Both these bills will be moving on to the Senate. Now, these bills are supposed to decriminalize and reschedule cannabis and allow it to provide for reinvestment in communities adversely impacted by the war on drugs and provide expungement of certain cannabis offenses. However, last-minute provisions in the bill will prevent anyone with even a pending felony charge from getting a license in the cannabis industry. Now, that portion of the bill contradicts the very nature of why in this moment there was a need to decriminalize cannabis and address the injustices in our community with lack of economic opportunity by creating this concept called social equity. This misdirection sounds all too familiar. In fact, it's happening right here in the state, which we brandish as the best social equity program in existence. Yet a year after recreational was passed and 7 years of cannabis sales in this state, we are still asking, where's the equity? Maybe it's COVID, and of course this veto session that never happened, or in the trailer bill that organizations like ours have zealously advocated and participated in having input towards. The governor, our elected officials, the IDFPR, and Department of Ag must continue to harbor the effects of these empty promises and this breach of trust. While we are pleased with the members of the General Assembly that have taken the time to speak with our organization and community leaders, we must show appreciation to the leaders that have been on the front line, as there are far and few between. The scene is much different from when they were garnering our support and acclimating our dollars behind a movement that has had no motion. SIN was founded by us for us. I mean, we have a network of nearly 400 people, and we stand as a resource not just for our communities in this state, but as a resource for our brothers and sisters in other communities across this country in preparation for what is to come with the legalization of cannabis, and now which sales are projected to reach $23 billion by 2022. We must have a seat at this table now. We need that equity, and we need it now. And we have yet to arrive at that. When we have no bid contracts, questionable practices, last-minute rule changes, political power plays, and the perfect score finale. Not to mention the contemptible delay in the next phase of licensing the craft grow, transportation, and infusion. This crafty game must end, y'all. Make it right by ending it right now. So make no mistake, everyone's watching Illinois. They are watching what we do and how we respond to this current licensing situation and this trailer bill. So how will the state of Illinois demonstrate its stance of social equity in this space? So we call on Governor J.B. Pritzker, our Illinois legislators, aldermen, mayors and members of our communities that this is a great responsibility. And with great responsibility comes the opportunity to transform words into action. We have suffered for far too long, and now it's time for suffrage. Thank you.
Thank you.